Oops. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Pixapresso. Some of you commented that the unboxing was rather quick and we didn't even prepare any shots in that one because I was obviously not patient enough to charge up the batteries. Here we are after like 3 weeks with this beauty, and I'd love to tell you about let's say long-term experiences, and also we're gonna prepare some coffee together. So let's set up the Pixa. Let's talk about what I've seen in the last 3 weeks, and right after that, just to have a comparison, we may also do a shot with the Pico. So let's go. So here's the Pixa. Used it quite some times, did a lot of shots with that in the last 3 weeks. Very mixed feelings. So first of all, if you push that button once, you see the battery is fully charged. That's what we need. And if you push it a bit longer, you gotta turn it on, and with these touch display you switch between modes. Now this is the Espresso or Lungo etc. mode. I don't really use that because I use the hexagram to see the seconds and grams of the liquids coming out, but here are some presets you might want to use. I don't know, not sure with that, so I rather use manual mode. Manual mode means I can let the water heat it up, and after that I can just let it flow through the system. Independently from that, the infusion time can be set to 5 seconds or 0. Let's check out the temperature. It's 96. This is what we would need. So yeah, let's heat up some water first. My experience is that it can do a maximum of 4 shots with 1 battery charge. I always like to fill it in at around 80 milliliters because maybe I don't need it all, but it's nice to just clean the system afterwards. Okay, so it's filled up. I would just close the lid and give it a start. So go back to the heat sign and press slightly longer. Now you see 30. Obviously the water is not 30 degrees, but probably this is the lowest number it can show. And then in 5-degree steps, it's gonna slowly show how far the water is heated. So in the meantime, let's have a look to the other accessories. This is the part what you're gonna use when you wanna have grinded coffee, real coffee. There is of course also an espresso adapter, which I'm not showing right now. I call myself a coffee lover, therefore I'm not ready to touch any capsules. So if you wanted to see how capsules are doing, this is not your test to watch. So we just put in that part and where the coffee comes in. So in this style, it can take 16 grams. You can use this one to help put in the coffee. And yeah, let's just grind 16 grams of coffee and check out how we can fill this one up. To make sure it's around 16 grams, of course, we're gonna use the hexagram. Here we go. So, you see that's kind of a small place to fit the coffee in. It's quite cumbersome. Wacaco suggests to maybe use this spoon. For that matter, I'm really not sure if this could work out for me. So the method I've developed that I simply put 2 fingers here and I slowly start to just pour the coffee out of the grinder's bottom part, and that serves me quite well. We have 16 grams now, so what do we do? Wacaco says you can temp it down with these plastic part. I must say this is a super unsatisfying feeling working with these two plastic things here. So what I rather do, just hit it a few times against the table. That gives him already some good structure. And by the way, before I forget, let's loosen the puck up a little bit. Yep, make it nice and fluffy. Yep. So after that, I just hit it a bit, and you are supposed to now do it like this. As I mentioned, a very unsatisfying feeling. The coffee always somehow between these two layers. It's not very nice thing to do. So I wonder if I could buy a temper which is actually this size. So after that, I just hit it again, remove the ring. As I mentioned, not an easy process to do. And then you try to push this down just a little bit, because 20 bars or not, it doesn't really like if the coffee is too tense here. So now the water nearly reached its desired temperature, so it's time to put those things together. What I like to do is to put in this shower head first, and as it's not too easy to remove, but you see these two holes symmetrically on both sides, I try to put it that this one looks to the front or to the back. This could be practical later on because the shower head is not easy to remove, but this way you can take a spoon and just take it out like this, if you know where that hole is. So now it says it's ready, so let's pour in that shot. Okay, now you will hear that it soon stops. This is the pre-infusion going on inside, about 5 seconds, and then the shot. It's fighting a lot. We had 16 grams of coffee, so for a decent espresso I would stop around 30-ish grams. We have 12, 14. Let's take this handy cup here, put it over there. Soon 26, 28. Yep, okay. Nice. So let's see what we have here. A quite okay crema, as you see. So optically it's even better than the Pico. Pretty great consistence. Seems to be an okay extraction. Let's give it a taste. It's definitely really nice and hot, so this is definitely an advantage. The Pixa can create really hot water consistently. In that regard, it's obviously much better than the Pico. The taste is okay-ish, however, I miss the body, the strength, this oily thickness of a good espresso. This is something I definitely miss here. Let's give a chance to the Pico real quick, and after that we could discuss the verdict. So, the good old Picopresso is here. Let's have a look. So, there's the body with a pump. You fill in the water at the top, comes it out right here. So, this is for the top. Here you have the ring to fit it in coffee. Solid metal, and look at the difference. So yeah, day and night. Also the real metal 52 solid portafilter, what we're using just with the big espresso machines. I believe that the coffee has much more chance here to properly come in contact with the water and have a much better extraction than with the PIXA. So shower head and so on. So let's grind some coffee, let's fill up that bad boy and create another shot to have something to compare. Here's the bottom part, then the portafilter and the ring. And look at that, we really have some place here if you compare. And we can nicely fill in our stuff without having the fear to spill anything. So this is something you can really nicely actually work with. The coffee's in. Just make sure you have a nice consistent puck. Let's use the needles real quick. Okay, and here in the case of the Pico, you have an actual metallic temper, or you can of course use any regular temper, as this is the standard size of a portafilter. So we're done with this nice puck. I also like to use this little guy here to distribute the water even better in the system. And now you don't need anything more, just screw it on here and the hot water can arrive, and then we create our shot in a second. Just filling in the water from a kettle, of course, as this one is not capable of heating the water itself. Just close the lid, never fill it to the top, because you can easily burn your fingers while you are closing down the lid. Okay, the numbers are on 0. Now let's start. After about the 10-12 pumps, you would make a short stop to make this manual pre-infusion real quick. Maybe some drops even come out. And then the real job starts. Also, it's not a good tactic to fully push in that thing. It's a bit better if you can just feel the pressure and try to keep it in the middle with some small pushes. Wow, incredible crema. 25, 26, 28, and stop. So again, a pretty nice crema. As you can see, this is fantastic. Looks really good. And now to the taste. Oh gosh, it's really not that hot. It's not hot at all, actually. But the taste is a lot different. And okay, I'm here with a Honduras coffee from La Paz, which is a specialty coffee. This is how Wacaco defines the Picopresso, the specialty coffee espresso maker, and this is totally right. So I'm not just having any coffee here, I'm really chasing tastes, and the Pico delivers on that. Let's take the other one. Close but not there. Now let's get serious. Which one of these two bad boys should you buy? Tricky question. Let's take another sip. Whew. Yeah. Let's sum it up somehow. So, the PIXA is definitely a great device. However, this is more like a motorized Nanopresso, which is also coming from the Nespresso capsule series with the option to put in a coffee grind. So it feels more like the motorized version of the Nanopresso or any new Wacaco came out since. Now to the Picopresso, with this device, Wacaco created something really nice and beautiful. Took all the learnings from the former versions, put in a real metal portafilter, and all in all they made a device which really makes a fantastic specialty coffee shot, the best I ever had from a manual machine. Now the PIXA is not the motorized version of the Pico. If Wacaco is listening to that, I don't know what the Excel sheet says, but probably there would be also enough users who would like to see the motorized version of this one. Maybe it will come. Now, back to the PIXA. I really wanted to like it because I was expecting the motorized version of the Pico, and that's definitely not it. So I could tell you I'm disappointed in the PIXA. Maybe that wouldn't be entirely fair, because at the end you get a great device which is very portable, around 800 grams all in all, so it's not lightweight but quite portable. If you really fully charge it up, you can have 3 shots in the middle of nowhere. If you're anyway a capsule guy, then you just basically put your capsule machine into your backpack and you're good to go. If you just drink, let's say, usual coffees, normal coffee, maybe it's okay. However, as I mentioned, the filling of the coffee ground, it's kind of cumbersome, not that easy. So I'm not sure with this one. I definitely came to the verdict after 3 weeks that I will keep my Picopresso for myself. So definitely the Picopresso is gonna be my daily driver. Nothing happened there. This is still the very best little portable espresso machine on the market. The PIXA is a nice try. However, using this safe strategy to also serve the capsule users in parallel leads to the fact that it's not performing well with coffee grounds. Therefore, the decision is definitely yours. If you are a espresso lover, taste chaser, specialty freak, then this is not your device. If you're an everyday coffee drinker who love to have a few shots on the road or while hiking, and you want to take your favorite capsules with you and just push the button, for that it's really okay. I mean, it's pushing through hot water. I cannot imagine how can you make capsule coffee even worse. So for capsule coffee, it's for sure really good, and maybe for some mid-quality coffee ground you will be satisfied. And for the connoisseurs of coffee, I still recommend more the Picopresso. I hope this little test comparison helped you out. If I missed anything, then please just go to the comments part below and ask your questions. So if there are any questions to the test or to the long-term use of these two, then please just hit the comment field and ask me something. And before we close down, let me show you the two pucks of the ready coffee. Okay, so having a look at the outcome, meaning the pucks came out from the devices, you immediately see that, of course, the Pico puck is much bigger, as the basket is much larger offshore. And the point is that it seems to be a bit more dry, so I suppose the extraction was simply much more consistent. It's a very nice puck here what we have, and here you also have the problem that as it's smaller in the diameter, it definitely has to be deeper. Therefore, I'm not really sure that the extraction is going to be perfect. It also feels more wet, like the pumps are maybe pouring in way too much water at a time, and this could also cause this watery taste. Test is done. I've just cleaned those two devices. It's rather quick with the Pico, so you just screw it apart, mostly metallic parts. It's really quick and easy to clean it. Now with the PIXA, the first design flaw, in my opinion, was that it's really not easy to fill in these small basket, and then you try to tamp it down with this piece of plastic. I'm not sure with that at all. And the other issue I always have using the PIXA is that here below you need to put in the shower cap, so you can put it on the top of your coffee and then just screw it in like that. That's quite okay till here. But when you clean the PIXA, you just remove the coffee, and after that the shower head stays in, and this rubber part keeps it in real tight. You have no chance to remove it without any tool. This is something I don't really like, so you need a spoon or something to actually force it out of the PIXA. So that's 2 point minus for the PIXA. Not easy to fill in coffee grind, and also not the easiest to clean this device. So Nanopresso lovers, go and upgrade. You will like it, and it can do similar. So if you had any previous Wacacos which were not the Pico but any other model, now you will love that this one can heat up itself alone, and then you can put in the coffee. The same quality drinks you will be able to prepare 3 to 4 times on one battery on the road. And Pico lovers, don't even think about the PIXA. Just keep good old Pico and maybe a small portable kettle, and keep using the Picopresso as I will. This is my choice. Cheers, folks. See you in the next one, and down below in the comments, please drop a like. Bye bye.